Good evening, everyone. Welcome to GS Score. This is Ajay Shah. So let's start the discussion of 10 MCQs. And today we are going to discuss all the MCQs from latest budget. Now, this is the first question for you. The first question says, consider the following statements regarding reforms in the agriculture sector conceived by budget to achieve ambitious target of doubling the farmers' income. The first statement says, it has earmarked 100 water-stressed districts to address the problems of water scarcity. This statement is factually correct. The second says the budget has sought to check the use of chemical fertilizer by substituting them with organic manures. This statement is wrong because the budget has suggested for sustainable use of all types of fertilizer rather than substitution of chemical fertilizers with organic manure. The third statement says village storage scheme as conceived by budget will maintain a repository of land which has been lying unclaimed in a village. This statement is also wrong because village storage scheme as conceived by budget 2020 is essentially a storehouse where farmers will be able to store their agriculture product. So statement 2 and 3 are incorrect and we have to choose incorrect statement. So C will be the correct answer here. Now some validation. So let us see some of the key points which has been given in the budget regarding agriculture reforms. So it speaks about adoption of model laws. For example, Model Agriculture Lands Leasing Act 2016. It also speaks about to address the water stress issue in hundreds water stress districts. Then there is provision of solar pumps under Kusum scheme. Then there is a provision of sustainable use of fertilizers. And then we have village storage schemes which will be run by self-help groups in order to store the agriculture products and to provide farmers a good holding capacity and reduce their logistic costs. That's all. Now the question number 2. So question number 2 is about two schemes initiative, that is Kisan Rail and Kisan Udan. So the first statement says Kisan Rail envisages transporting livestock from one place to another through Indian Railways. So this can be solved by common sense. It's not livestock because Kisan Rail envisages transportation of agricultural products, not livestock, from one place to another. The second statement says Kisan Udan will provide subsidized air tickets to farmers for traveling once in a year. This statement is also wrong because Kisan Udan will provide facility for agricultural products and not farmers to be transported by the farmers at domestically as well as internationally. So both statement 1 and 2 are wrong. So neither 1 nor 2, D will be the correct answer. Now some validation. So what is this Kisan Rail? So government will set up national cold supply chain and Kisan Rail to provide better storage and transportation facilities for perishable agricultural goods. Now there is proposal of refrigerated coaches in express and freight trains to transport perishable agriculture products, which has been conceived by the budget. As part of these efforts, the Indian Railway will set up Kisan Rail service via PPP model. Now, what is this Krishi Udan scheme? So this will be launched by Ministry of Civil Aviation on international and national routes to transport agriculture products, especially fish, meat, dairy products across the globe. That's all. Now question number 3 is about integrated farming system and one district, one product system. Now the first statement says integrated farming system aims to help farmers in rain-fed areas to counter the vagaries of monsoon and unseasonal rain. This statement is correct. The second says one district, one product scheme aims to add states for the cluster-wise development of horticulture. This statement is also correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. C is the correct answer. Now some validation. So one product, one district scheme. What is this? So this scheme in horticulture sector will be supported by central government by providing incentives to all the states which supports cluster-wise production of horticulture product. This will promote adoption of a crop from that district and provide farmers logistics, seeds and other forward and backward linkages along with the marketing. Now promotion of integrated farming system in rain-fed areas is there to counter the vagaries of monsoon or unseasonal rain. This methodology of farming will include multi-tier cropping, then beekeeping, solar pumps, solar energy production in non-cropping season. Now zero budget natural farming will be promoted in this area to reduce on-farm expenditure by the farmers. That's all. Now question number 4. Which of the following statements is correct regarding technical textile? Finds technical textile. So the first says Technical textiles are those textiles which are used in the sectors such as aerospace, shipping, and sports. This statement is correct. The second says India has recently announced National Technical Textile Mission for supporting production of technical textile. This statement is also correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Now, the government of India has recently announced National Technical Textile Mission for supporting production of technical textile in its latest budget. Now, what is this technical textile? So, technical textile is a textile product manufactured for non-aesthetic purpose where function is the primarily criteria. Fine. Now, this technical textile include textiles for automotive application, then medical textiles, for example, implants, then geotextiles, agrotextiles, that is textile for crop production, and also protecting clothing. Now, basically, technical textiles materials are most widely used in filter clothing, furniture, hygienic medical equipments, and construction material. That's all. Now, this is question number 5, and this question is on the question says consider the following statements regarding Earth Ganga plan and Nirvik scheme as announced in the budget. Now, the first statement says Earth Ganga plan aims to promote sand mining and fishing in the Ganga river for sustainable economic development of area. This statement is wrong, because Earth Ganga plan is further extension of Namami Ganga mission, which envisages for sustainable development of Gangetic river bank by promoting economic activities and not the sand mining. So first statement is wrong. Now the second statement says Nirvik scheme aims to help small exporters in export credit disbursement. This statement is correct. So only 2 is the correct statement. So B will be the correct answer here. So what is this Nirvik? So Nirvik stands for Niryat Rin Vikas Yojana, which aims to achieve higher export credit disbursement to small exporters. This include higher insurance coverage, then reduction in premium for small exporters, and also simplified procedure for claim settlements. That's all. Now question number 6 is regarding proposals for tourism sector in the budget. Fine. So let us see the first statement. The first statement says Museum on Numismatics and Trade at Ranchi has been proposed by budget to showcase India's ancient trade. So this statement is wrong, because Museum on Numismatic and Trade is supposed to be at Old Mint building in Kolkata and not Ranchi. The second says Maritime Museum at Lothal has been proposed by the budget to showcase maritime trade during Harappa era. This statement is correct, and since we have to choose the incorrect statement, so correct answer will be option number A. Now some value addition. So there has been some proposal in the budget for development of tourism and culture, and the budget proposed to develop 5 archaeological sites to be iconic sites and with a museum, on-site museum. So they are basically Rakhi Gadi in Haryana, then Hastinapur in Uttar Pradesh, then Shiv Sagar in Assam, then Dholavira in Gujarat, and then this Adi Chalunur in Tamil Nadu. Now a museum on numismatic and trade will be opened at Old Mint building, Kolkata, and tribal museum will be there in Ranchi. Now the budget also proposed to set up a maritime museum at Lothal, the Harappa age maritime site near Ahmedabad by Ministry of Shipping. That's all. Now question number 7. So question number 7 is regarding Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. Now the first statement says it is, and we have to choose incorrect statement. Okay. The first says it is an organization which insures deposits in a bank against bank failure. This statement is correct, because it is a job of this DICGC. Then second says depositors now are entitled to receive a maximum insurance amount of 5 lakhs per individual. This statement is also correct. The third says the government has set up a deposit insurance and credit guaranteed corporation under SEBI. This statement is wrong because it is not under SEBI but it is under RBI. And since we have to choose the incorrect statement, so 3 will be the only answer, that is D. Now some validation. So amid failures of many banks in the country, the latest being Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank, the role of DICGC has become important. Now government in budget has announced increment of insurance amount from 1 lakhs to 5 lakhs. Deposit insurance is providing insurance protection to the depositor's money by receiving a premium. The government has set up a Deposit Insurance and Credit Guaranteed Corporation DICGC under SEBI, basically to protect the depositors if a bank fails. Even the insured banks pays premium amounting to 0.001% of its deposits to DICGC every year. When a bank is liquidated, depositors are entitled to receive an insurance amount of 1 lakh per individual from the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guaranteed Corporation of India, which has now been revised to rupees 5 lakhs per individual. That's all. Now question number 7, again we have to choose incorrect statement, and this is regarding dividend distribution tax DDT. So the first statement says it is a tax deducted at the time when company distributes dividend to its creditors. So this statement is correct. The second says budget has proposed to increase the rate of DDT to 2%. So this statement is wrong because Government of India has decided to abolish dividend distribution tax DDT, which was till now levied at source. So 2 is incorrect statement. So the correct answer will be option number B. So this question need no explanation. We'll move to question number 9. So the question number 9 is about consider the following statements regarding Vivad Se Vishwas scheme and Sabka Vishwas scheme related to taxation system. Now the first statement says Vivad Se Vishwas scheme is related to indirect taxes while Sabka Vishwas scheme is related to direct taxes. This statement is wrong because Vivad Se Vishwas scheme is related to direct taxes while Sabka Vishwas scheme is related to indirect taxes. Now the second says under Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, a taxpayer will get complete waiver of interest and penalty if he pays the dues in a fixed time. This statement is correct. Fine. So since we have to choose the correct statement, so B will be the correct answer here. Now some validation. So what is this Vivad Se Vishwas scheme? So under this scheme, a taxpayer would be required to pay only the amount of the disputed tax and will get complete waiver of interest and penalty provided he pays by 31st March 2020. Now Sabka Vishwas scheme. So the scheme will be for taxpayers who wish to close their pending disputes with a substantial relief provided by the government. Now it was very successful because taxpayers were able to pay the outstanding tax amount due and be free from any other consequences under the law and got substantial relief in form of full waivers of interest and penalties and fines. There was also complete amnesty from the prosecution proceedings. That's all. Now this is the last question. Consider the following statement regarding macroeconomic targets as set by budget 2020. Fine. So the first statement says the government has set a fiscal deficit target of 3.5% of GDP in the current financial year. So this statement is correct. The second statement says the GDP growth rate has been forecasted at 7% of GDP for 2020-2021 by the government. This statement is wrong because GDP growth rate has been forecasted at 6 to 6.5% of GDP for 2020-2021 by the government, while International Monetary Fund has predicted it at 4.8%. So only one is the correct answer here. So A will be the correct answer here. So thank you everyone. So I hope you liked the class. So please like and subscribe our channel for more such videos. Thank you very much. Thank you.